The Philadelphia Phillies is prohibited. Announcers on this telecast are employed through the Taft Baseball Company with the approval of the Phillies. Joaquin Andujar, who's had a tough year after going 15-10 for the world champions last year, opposing Steve Carlton here in Lefty's bid to become the 16th pitcher in baseball history to win 300. That's George Hendrick at first base. 8th anniversary.
It's a cool night. You never know it by the bare arms of Andujar.
Morgan lost a high fly foul down the right field side. 1 strike to Joe Morgan. Morgan with 16 home runs, 2 of them coming in 1 game off Andujar. Andujar has given up a lot of long balls. 23 homers. The Phillies have 4 of them. Morgan 2, Lefty 1, and Schmidt 1. In the air to right center field. Willie McGee and David Green are both there, and David Green and Willie McGee almost got crossed up, and McGee reached out at the last minute to make the catch. 1 down.
You see Green calling for it and then being called off, and Willie McGee, then he stuck the glove out.
Here's Len Matusik batting at 218. Ball and no strikes to Matusik.
Bill Anderson celebrating a birthday. The father of Joyce Anderson Raschuti, who works Phillies offices.
Breaking ball missing, and it's 2-0 to Matusik. Eileen and Bruce Wallace are here from Sicklerville, New Jersey. Sent us up some excellent cigars. Is that a matter of opinion, Whitey? 3-0 the count to Len Matusik.
You wouldn't want to take a vote on that, Harry.
They're in the 2nd inning at Olympic Stadium in Montreal. Pittsburgh 5, Montreal 1 in the 2nd. Easler hit a grand slam in the 1st. 3-1 to Len Matusik. 1 out, top of the 1st. Hard ground ball. Nice grab by Lyons. His throw will be late, though, and it'll be a base hit for Len Matusik. Lyons did well to get to the ball and threw off target. He had to make an off-balance throw, and Matusik at first with an infield single.
Cardinals play Matusik as a dead pull hitter, so this made a tough play for Lyons, who had to go hard to his right. Nothing on the throw at all, and it wasn't very accurate.
Here's Schmidt batting at 250, 38 homers to lead the majors, 104 RBIs. Has not hit Cardinal pitching well this year. 167 against St. Louis pitching, a ball and no strikes to him. He has hit 3 home runs. 1 off Andujar. Phillies have enjoyed great success against St. Louis, 11-4 against the Cardinals. Matusik back. Phillies on the wings of a 7-game winning streak. That's the longest of the year for the Phils. Foul tipped. Pitch low and out of the strike zone, but it hit his bat and tipped into the glove of Brummer, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Mike Schmidt.
Dick and Joanne Gustafson from Horsham, PA are here. They're magicians performing in St. Louis.
On the inside corner, it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mike Schmidt. Matusik, the runner at first base, with 1 out. Swinging a foul tip. tip. He struck him out. So Schmidt is out on strikes. That's 2 down here in the first, and that'll bring on Joe Lefty.
Got a foul tip here that I guess he didn't foul it. I thought Brummer had dropped the ball. That's not been a foul tip.
Here's Lefty hitting at 302. Eileen and Bruce Wallace of Turnersville, New Jersey, celebrating an anniversary tonight.
Raymond and Gertrude Broll, Philadelphia, celebrating their golden wedding anniversary.
Joe Lefty has a career high in doubles 19, career high in triples 7. One off his career high in home runs. Has 7 homers. Ball and no strikes to Lefty. Ball gets away from Brummer, and there goes Matusik to second base. Ball called on Glenn Brummer. So Matusik at second base on the pass ball.
Yeah, you're supposed to field that low pitch with your mitt up like a scoop shovel. He fielded it with the face down, and he could not come up with a ball that should be caught.
2-0 to Lefty. Hard ground ball, takes a high hop, but a fine grab by George Henrik, and Lefty is out. So are the Phillies in the first. No runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. We move to the bottom half of the first inning. Phil's nothing. St. Louis coming to play. And just a reminder, all fans in attendance will receive a Phillies notepad with the 84 schedule. Compliments at WTAF Channel 29. Lonnie Smith leads off, hitting at 313, and he pops a foul back and out of play. 1 strike to Lonnie Smith. Speed at the top of the Cardinal order. Lonnie Smith, Ozzie Smith, and Willie McGee. It's in the air to center field. Greg Gross backtracking. Lonnie Smith is out. That's 1 down here in the first, and that'll bring out Ozzie Smith, the switch hitting shortstop, adding 241 overall, hitting 219 right-handed.
Number 1, shortstop.
Debbie Mark and Frank Ottinger here tonight, and they sent us some great cookies.
299 wins lifetime, 199 losses for the big left-hander. Against St. Louis, 36-12 lifetime. Ozzie Smith beats a ground ball foul. Win number 1 for Carlton came in a Cardinal uniform in '66 against the New York Mets. Won it 7-1 over Bob Shaw. 0-2 here to Ozzie Smith. Ozzie pops a foul back and out of play. Carlton, the all-time Major League strikeout king, coming into play 22 Ks in front of Nolan Ryan. 3,690 of them. Misses with the breaking ball, a ball and 2 strikes. Leads the majors in strikeouts with 256. Nice fluid delivery. Two and 2 to Ozzie Smith. 1 game was played this afternoon in the National League. The Cubs beat the Mets 4-1. Dick Ruthven over Walt Terrell. Jody Davis, a pair of home runs in that game for Chicago. Got him with a breaking ball, struck him out. For Carlton, that's his 257th strikeout this year. Lifetime, number 3,691. Here's Willie McGee, another switch hitter. He's hitting 288, batting just about the same left as right. 289 left-handed, right-handed 287. back through the middle, a base hit to center field. So Willie McGee has the Cardinals' first hit off Carlton. A ground single up the middle. He'll have to be watched. He's stolen 36 bases. He's been caught 8 times. That'll bring on George Hendrick. Hendrick hitting at .315. 17 homers, 88 RBIs. Carlton nearly caught Willie McGee. Nearly froze him. No strikes to Hendrick. Hendrick has hit Carlton well. He's 9 for 15 off Carlton, including a home run. 2-0 to George Hendrick. Birthday wishes tonight to Helen Stout in Atlantic City. Misses inside with a slider, and Carlton falls behind Hendrick 3-0. Hendrick looking down at Chuck Hiller to see if he's hacking 3-0. David Green due up next. Three and one to Hendrick. Count to him. Willie McGee will be taken off from first base with 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the first of a scoreless tie. A chilly night here in St. Louis. Hendrick fouls one back and out of play. Type of weather that the big left-hander thrives on. He likes cool weather.
Has a good fastball tonight too. That usually helps his other pitches. Got McGee going the wrong way. Full count to Hendrick. Breaking ball, bounced foul behind the plate. Still 3-2 to George Hendrick. Pirates lead Montreal 5-1 in the 4th inning at Olympic Stadium in Montreal. A grand slam in inning number 1 by Mike Easler. And the Dodgers lead Atlanta 4-0 in the 4th. Struck him out with a slider. 2 strikeouts in the 1st inning for Carlton. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 1, it's 0-0. Gary Matthews drills one in the alley, left center field. Lonnie Smith wheels around, gets it back to the infield. Matthews, a head-first sliding double. So Matthews leads off the Phillies' second with a 2-base hit, and that'll bring on Greg Gross. A week from tonight at 8:05 against the Buccos, and Fan Appreciation Night Saturday, October 1st at 7:05. The season finale Sunday at 1:35. Crucial 3-game weekend series with the Pirates. Greg Gross batting at .307 against the Cardinals, hitting .405 this year. Phillies arrived in St. Louis this morning at what, about 4:30?
Right around there.
I suppose got to bed about 5:30.
Ball and no strikes to Greg Gross. Scoreless in the 2nd.
I'm tired, Harry. I don't know about the players, but I am.
Really?
I was up early.
Well, my phone started ringing early, but I feel great tonight, Whitey. Gross hits in the air to center field, not deep. Willie McGee there. He squeezes it. 1 down, and that'll bring Bo Diaz.
You're used to those hours, though. That's shank of the evening. 6 hours then.
Diaz hitting at .231, 13 homers. He has knocked in 58. Matthews, second base, 1 down. was trying to pull the ball and move Matthews up to third, but he locked it in the air to center field. Slider for a strike on the outside corner. Anniversary wishes to Mr. and Mrs. Donald Fantine of Mickey Vernon's hometown, Marcus Hook, PA. Beats a foul behind the plate. It's 2 strikes to Diaz.
Althea Murray from Philadelphia here. Weekend
series in the Turners
from Pittman, New Jersey.
And 2 to Bo. Ball and 2 strikes to him. Amy Neff, former Philadelphia, now going to Washington University here. Sent us up some cookies. A ball and 2 strikes to Diaz. Matthews second base and 1 out. Breaking ball, he pops a foul back up over the screen. And it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bo Diaz. Joaquin Andujar has really struggled this season. Any arm problem. He's still throwing well, but he just hadn't had any breaks. Popped up in the infield. Who wants it? Third baseman Jim Sexton behind the mound puts it away. Diaz out, 2 down. That'll bring on Ivan De Jesus. De Jesus hitting .252, 41 RBIs, and I'd have to say 90% of his runs batted in have been key ones. He's done a great job out of that number 8 spot.
That's one thing the Phillies have been doing is hitting a lot here in this month of September, which they weren't doing much of before that. And De Jesus at the bottom of the lineup. Of course, Joe Morgan at the top, and a lot of hitting in between there, all up and down the lineup.
De Jesus standing in. Matthews at second base with 2 outs. We're in the second of a scoreless tie. Ball and no strikes to De Jesus. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Phillies Television Network.
This is WTAF, TV 29 in Philadelphia.
1-0 the count to De Jesus. Ground ball hit to deep short. The Wizard, Ozzie Smith, pulling Hendrick off the bag. Safe all around. It'll be an infield single for De Jesus. Matthews moving up to third. Phillies have runners at first and third. 2 outs. Carlton with a chance to help himself.
Good play here by Ozzie Smith. Off balance throw. Pulled Hendrick off the bag. George tried for the tag, but couldn't make it.
Number 32, pitcher Steve Carlton.
Carlton batting .198. 5 extra base hits. They've all been doubles. Oddly, he has not driven in a run this year. Lifetime, he's hit 11 homers and knocked in 118 runs. He has a chance to put himself in front. Pops a foul back and out of play. 1 strike to Steve Carlton. Pretty good crowd on hand here tonight at Busch Memorial Stadium, and most of them are here to watch number 32 as their St. Louis Cardinals are out of the running in National League East. Ball on a strike to Carlton. Lefty, of course, started his career here. He lives in nearby Chesterfield, Missouri. Foul down the left field side. A ball and 2 strikes to Steve Carlton. Andujar wants a different baseball from plate umpire Jim Quick.
Mr. and Mrs. Joseph G. Polsoni, I believe it is. Philadelphia celebrating the golden wedding anniversary today.
base hit to right field. Carlton puts himself in front 1-0. Matthews scores, and it's a 1-0 ball game. And Carlton has his first RBI of the year.
Hit a slider right in the hole between first and second. When a pitcher can get that base hit and drive in a run, it triggers a lot of offense sometimes.
Morgan flied out to center his first time up. De Jesus at second, Carlton at first. 2 outs, a run across. Phillies lead 1-0. 1 strike to Joe Morgan. Is 1 up lifetime against the Phillies. 6 up and 5 down. Breaking ball bounces up there, blocked by Brummer. 1 ball and 1 strike. Baltimore and Milwaukee in the second scoreless. Baltimore's magic number is 3. Detroit staying alive. The Tigers lead Boston 4-0 in the 6th at Detroit. Missing with a breaking ball. It's 2-1 to Joe Morgan.
Have another golden wedding anniversary. Robert and Marion Blank in Palmerton, PA, celebrating their 50th.
A day for golden wedding annies. Two balls and 2 strikes to Joe Morgan.
Morgan didn't like that call. He thought it was high. Probably is high on to Morgan's strike zone. Might have even been outside.
Ball to George Hendrick. Hendrick will make the unassisted put out. Phillies get 1 thanks to Steve Carlton. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors, leaving 2. And we go to the bottom of the second. It's Phillies 1, Cardinals 0. Lewis here at the bottom of the second. Green hitting at .282, 7 homers, 63 RBIs, and playing now with much greater peace of mind. David Green this whole season has been bothered because his mother and his sister were in the revolutionary turmoil of Nicaragua, and he was unable to get them out until the State Department got something done about it finally, and his mother and his sister are now with him from Nicaragua. Ball and 2 strikes to David Green. Phillies lead 1-0 on an RBI single by number 32. Tapped foul at the plate. Still 1-2 to David Green. He'll be followed by Jim Sexton and then Bill Lyons.
Teresa Schillo, Marie Barrett, Bill Barrett, Sharon Barrett, all celebrating a birthday on the same day. All out of the same family, September 23rd. It's unusual.
Carlton's good friends, John and May Dickinson, are here for, they hope, is this historic night. Fouled off. The #1 winner all-time, Cy Young, won 511 games in 22 years. Then Walter Johnson, 416. Grover Alexander, 373. Christy Matheson, 373. James Galvin, 365. Warren Spahn, 363. Charles Nichols, 360. Timothy Keefe, 346. John Clarkson, 328. Ed Plank, 325. Michael Welch, 316. He accomplished that in 13 years. Gaylord Perry still active, 314. Green fouls off another one. Hoss Radburn, 308. He accomplished those 308 wins in 11 years.
That's hard to believe,
isn't it?
That's
28
30
a year.
wins a year almost. 28
a year. Another foul ball. Lefty Grove, 300. Early Wynn, 300. Perry, of course, the last one to accomplish the feat last year for Seattle, now pitching for Kansas City. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Carlton. That's one down here in the second. And that'll bring on Jim Sexton. Sexton hitting at 250. Added 300 at Denver and Louisville this year.
Cardinals have helped Carlton a little bit tonight. You saw David Green go after a low 3-2 pitch, as did George Hendrick and Ozzie Smith.
One strike to Jim Sexton. Carlton firmly believes that he can pitch several more years. And by several, he means more than 5 more years. He's 38 now. Ground ball right back to Lefty. Throws out Sexton. That's 2 down. And the way he takes care of himself under the tutelage of Phillies strength and flexibility instructor Gus Heffling, I don't doubt it at all. Budweiser, the king of beers and proud sponsor of the U.S. Olympic team. For all you do, this Bud's for you. What most observers and scouts and front office people will tell you is that they get a feeling that a pitcher is going downhill when he quits striking people out. Well, Carlton leads the majors in strikeouts at age 38 as Matusik makes the unassisted putout. No runs, hits, or errors, and none left. And after 2, Phillies lead the Redbirds 1-0. The league hit mark. Your chance to show Pete Rose how much he has meant to Phillies baseball. A week from tonight, September 30th, Girard Nostalgia Night number 13. Len Matusik leads off with his second hit of the night. Line single up the middle, so Len is a leadoff base runner for Mike Schmidt, who struck out his first time up.
Well, you never know about baseball. The Phillies did everything they could do to get rid of Len Matusik last winter. They tried to give him away and nobody would take him. Here he is right in the middle of a September stretch drive and doing a great job. I think he was a young man who needed a shot of confidence, and he's probably getting it here.
Matusik, as players go, is kind of a seasoned veteran who's kicked around in the minor leagues for a lot of years. Len will turn 29 in 4 days. But he is getting the confidence, and he's had some key hits and some key RBIs. Schmidt hits that a long ways, but it's foul to right.
Schmidt took Andujar out of the ballpark in right field in Philadelphia on a low fastball. This one he hit well, but sliced it a little bit.
Question arises, though, Rich, as far as postseason play. Len Matusik is not eligible for postseason play.
So Pete Rose better be getting some playing time somewhere along the way. Although Pete probably takes twice more hitting practice than anybody on the ball club, even though he's not playing. He's getting his swings, only he's not getting them in a game. He did come up with a couple of base hits in that doubleheader last night. Line drive base hits. 2 for 2. Schmidt beats a foul third base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mike Schmidt with Matusik at first. Nobody out here in the third, and the Phillies leading at 1-0. Game 1 of the 3-game set with St. Louis. Tomorrow afternoon, Marty Bystrom against Dave LaPointe. Sunday, Kevin Gross and Neil Allen will be televising both of those games for you. Ground ball to third, might be 2, except Sexton juggles, and they lose the double play as a result. They get the lead man, Matusik, at second base, but the slight juggle by Jim Sexton cost them the double play. Schmidt safe at first on a fielder's choice. Mike stung the ball, but right at Sexton. He had kind of an in-between hopper, and that little juggle was about 3-4 strides by a base runner. Still made it a close play.
Nice scoop of a low throw by George Hendrick. I thought Hendrick was probably the best right fielder in the National League. Then when they traded Hernandez, they moved into first, and he's done an excellent job at first base. George Hendrick, the silent man, just put his name in the lineup card, and he gets the job done for you. They were talking this spring about possibly trading him, and they would have been in serious trouble without George Hendrick.
Yeah, he worked. He had Keith Hernandez teach him how to play first base because he thought he was going to get traded.
0-2 to Joe Lefty, who grounded out his first time up.
They traded Hernandez instead.
In a deal I still don't understand. That was close. Andujar wanted, didn't get it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Joe Lefty. Grounded up the middle, a base hit to center field. Schmidt will hold on at second base. Lefty at first with a ground single up the middle. So the Phillies with 2 men on base, 1 out for Gary Matthews, who doubled and scored a run his first time up.
Left fielder, Gary Matthews.
That's the Phillies' 6th hit off Andujar.
I don't think Andujar is throwing as hard as he did last year. I know a lot of people say he's throwing as well, and I don't think I think he's lost a little off the fastball.
I think maybe that's so, although the one game he pitched at Veterans Stadium when he had to leave with an injury after 3 innings, I thought he was throwing outstanding that night. Yeah, the Phillies no hit through 3 and then pulled a muscle swinging the bat. 2 strikes here to Gary Matthews.
Better be swinging tonight. Big strike zone.
That's good for Carlton. Jim Quick has a big strike zone.
Yeah, it's not just a big strike zone on Phillies batters. It's a big one on Cardinals too.
Still 5-1 at Montreal. Pittsburgh leads that game behind Rick Rhoden. Dodgers over Atlanta 6-2 in the 5th inning. Atlanta's in a situation where they have to sweep that weekend series at home against Los Angeles, 4.5 behind the Dodgers. Sidearm breaking ball struck him out. 2nd strikeout for Andujar. That's 2 down here in the 3rd, and that'll bring on Greg Gross.
That was a good pitch. That little slider right on that outside corner. Matthews also tried to check his swing. I think he went around, but I believe it was also over the plate.
Gross flied out to center his first time up. Schmidt at second, Lefty at first with 2 down. 3rd inning, Phillies lead 1-0. Strike to Greg Gross. Cardinals with pretty good throwing arms in left and in right. In right, an excellent throwing arm, David Green. Lonnie Smith throws fairly well. Willie McGee not too well. Lined into center field. It'll drop for a hit. Rounding third is Schmidt. He'll score, and the Phillies lead it 2-0. So Gross singles in a run. His 29th RBI of the year.
Well, that inability to complete that double play has cost the Cardinals a run. It gave the Phillies an extra time at bat. It's cost them 1 run, might cost them more if Diaz. There you saw Greg Gross sling that little slider into center field. Schmidt scoring easily.
Here's Bo Diaz. He popped up his first time up. One strike to Diaz. Phillies lead 2-0. We're in the third. Cardinals now are going to get some bullpen activity. Jeff Lottie getting up.
Look out.
Ball and a strike to Diaz.
Oh, Diaz didn't like that high inside brush back.
Andujar will do that. Slider away. It's 2-1 to Bo Diaz. Lefty at second, Gross at first. A run across 2 outs. We're in the third. Phillies lead 2-0. Good breaking ball. 2-2 to Diaz. Him out. Diaz goes down swinging. That's the third strikeout for Andujar. Phillies do get a run on 3 hits, no errors, and leave 2. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 2-0 Phils. By 4 in National League East, and Glenn Brummer will lead off. A ball and no strikes to him. Brummer batting at .250, doesn't get much of a chance to play. Darrell Porter does almost all of the catching for the Cardinals. Grounded sharply foul through the Phillies bullpen. Phillies lead 2-0. We're in the bottom of the third. Just missing outside. Brummer will be followed by Joaquin Andujar. Then the top of the order, Lonnie Smith. Fly backed up and just below us. Two and two to Brummer. Lined into right center. That'll fall for a hit. Lefty over to cut it off, and Brummer will hold on at first. And he is the leadoff base runner for St. Louis. The second hit surrendered by Carlton. That'll bring on Joaquin Andujar. Andujar batting .083. He's a switch hitter, probably up there to move the runner along. Andujar gets the bunt down nicely. Schmidt gets the out at first base. Sacrifice good by Andujar. It goes Schmidt to Morgan for out number 1. Brummer moves up to second base, where with 1 out, it'll bring on the top of the order, Lonnie Smith. Lonnie flied to center his first time up.
Left fielder, Lonnie Smith.
Second base, 1 down. One strike to Lonnie Smith. Lonnie lost a foul, out of play down the first base side. It's 0-2 to him. Slider low and inside. Ball and 2 strikes to Lonnie Smith. Phillies lead at 2-0. Brummer the runner at second with 1 out. Struck him out. 4th strikeout for Carlton. That's 2 down here in the 3rd. And it'll bring on Ozzie Smith.
Good slider by Carlton. Lonnie right up on top of the plate, backed off, but I believe it had inside part of the plate.
Ozzie struck out his first time up. Ball and no strikes to Ozzie Smith. Breaking ball bouncing up there. It's 2-0. Fastball wide. 3-0 to Ozzie Smith. Willie McGee due up next. He walked him. So the Cardinals have 2 men on base with 2 outs. And Willie McGee, the batter, he singled up the middle his first time up. Inside to McGee, 1-0. Brummer at second, Ozzie Smith at first, 2 outs. This was one of the great deals made by the Cardinals. Getting Willie McGee, they got him for the New York Yankees.
For a pitcher that never pitched for the Yankees.
Bob Sykes. McGee's just 24 years of age. Hit .296 for St. Louis last year. .308 in the league championship series. .240 in the World Series with 2 homers. 2-2 to Willie McGee.
We're talking about that big strike zones for all the hitters. McGee not happy with that call by Jim Quick, and the Cardinal bench getting on Quick a little bit.
2 men on base with 2 outs. McGee fouls it out of play, and it's still 2-2 to Willie McGee. Pittsburgh 6, Montreal 1. They're in the 5th at Olympic Stadium. Dodgers lead Atlanta 6-2 in the 6th at Atlanta. Ground ball hit to Joe Morgan. Willie McGee's retired. The Cardinals go down in the 3rd. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2. Andy Musser comes your way in the 4th. At the end of 3, it's Phillies 2 and St. Louis nothing.
Her husband, she hopes will be win number 300. Andy Musser with us here. Andy.
Okay, Whitey. Lefty said he needed 33 tickets for the game tonight. That's a little high. Here's one to shortstop, scooped up by Ozzie Smith on the short hop, and De Jesus is not only out, but his bat is shattered forever. Big grin by Ozzie Smith. And that thing goes into the lumber pile right there.
It's been a good bat for De Jesus. He's been picking up some base hits. Very timely ones in that doubleheader last night.
Well, here's Lefty. He knocked in the first run tonight, and oddly enough, it's his first run bat at the end of the year. Our good friend Dolan Walsh has just come into the broadcast booth. Dolan handling the Budweiser account here in St. Louis. Fouled away by Lefty. Lefty with a ground ball base hit through the hole on the right side for his RBI single. Here's one foul back by Carlton. Lefty's had a good year with the stick. That hit raised his average to 207. Ball and 2 strikes. Look what Dolan Walsh has brought into the booth. What is that, Whitey?
First foul ball hit by Ashburn of All-Star game in 1948 here in St. Louis.
Isn't that something? Got the actual ball. This thing is given a pretty good ride and run down by Willie McGee. How about Steve Carlton? That was a good play by McGee, and Lefty gave that thing quite a ride.
Yes, he did. They were shading Carlton to left center. It's a good thing because McGee had a long run, caught it on the dead run. Nice play.
So it's 2 up and 2 down after a running catch by McGee, and Joe Morgan will bat. Joe has flied to center and grounded to first. He is 0 for 2. Phillies lead it 2-0 against Joaquin Andujar. They've had 7 hits off Joaquin. Morgan takes a breaking ball. Davey Bristol coaching at third base, and Darren Johnson at first. Off-speed pitch is over for a called strike. 1-1 to Joe Morgan, batting at .226. Another off-speed delivery has just missed. By Morgan. Joe with 13 hits in his last 20 at-bats. And 7 of those 13 hits have been for extra bases, including 5 two-base hits. Should be a play on this one. Brummer is back. Makes the catch, and the Phillies have been retired 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. So we're in the middle of the 4th inning, and the Phillies lead the Cardinals 2-0. Cardinals batting in the 4th inning, and George Hendrick will be leading it off. Lefty got out of a little trouble last inning, and it's a good thing he did because you don't want to see Hendrick batting with men on base. You'd much rather face him as a leadoff man. Carlton struck him out in the 1st inning. Hendrick has had a big year against Lefty, though. He has 9 hits against him this season.
Dodgers 10-2 over Atlanta now.
Wow. And the Braves already deep in their bullpen in that game. Hendrick chases a low breaking ball. Lefty visited his chiropractor 3 days in a row, including today. Gets his back fine-tuned. And there's a base hit for Hendrick right in the hole. And for the 2nd inning in a row, the Cardinals have their leadoff man aboard. However, unlike last inning, they will not be bunting here. 3rd hit for St. Louis. They have all been singles. And now David Green, the batter. David Green was a strikeout victim to start the 2nd inning, his only at-bat. He is 2 for 13 against Carlton. Phillies infield looks for 2. Foul by Green. He had a good rip. Look at the infield defense, as the Phillies would love to turn a double play here. But Green, of course, has good speed going down the line. He would be tough. Hendrick gets back.
Hendrick's not going anywhere. He's stolen only 3 bases this year, and he's not taking much of a lead. Here's
a drive off the bat of Green. If it's fair, It is a 2-run homer for David Green to tie the game. He really smacked it. What a bolt to left field by Green, his 8th home run. Well, he pulled one foul right before that, serving notice that he was zeroed in on Carlton, and he really nailed that one.
Yeah, he hit a fastball after pulling a slider foul. Carlton went with a fastball, and Green did not miss it.
The batter is Jim Sexton. He swings and misses. That is the 19th home run yielded by Carlton this year. Called strike on the outside corner.
That was a pitch that Green hit. It was a fastball just inside the foul pole a couple of feet.
Fouled away by Sexton, who grounded one back to the mound in his first try. The Cardinals are undefeated on this homestand, and they will play their remaining games here in St. Louis. Swing and a miss. Sexton out. Put out made at first base. Strikeout number 5 for Carlton. That's the first out of the inning.
Here's David Green's swing on the fastball. He really got the barrel of the bat out there in a hurry.
Bill Lyons, the batter, he grounded out to first baseman Len Matusik. A curveball is over for a called strike. Lifted high in the air, not deep in center field. Morgan going back, and Joe makes the catch for out number 2. Lyons pops up to Morgan. Roy Rogers has a special offer, a 99-cent hamburger if the Phillies win tonight. Just cut out the box score in tomorrow's newspaper and take it to Roy Rogers. Well, it was a week ago tonight. We had Roy in our broadcast booth in Philadelphia. 2 outs in the inning. Here is Glenn Brummer. Laces one to left field. Matthews on the run. Can't get it. Base hit. Brummer takes a turn but hangs on at first base with his second hit in a row. Brummer 2 for 2 off Carlton, singling to right field and now to left field. Joaquin Andujar, the batter, he sacrificed back in the 3rd inning. Here he'll be up to take his rips, and for Joaquin that means a healthy breeze at the plate. He really takes a swing. This guy is fun to watch. Breaking ball over for a strike to Joaquin. Cardinals right back in on the home run by David Green. 1-1. Outside corner, a called second strike. 1-2. Andujar without an undershirt on tonight on a very crisp night in St. Louis. 2-2. When the Phillies arrived early this morning in St. Louis, about 4:30 a.m. from Montreal, it was 39 degrees at the airport. Got him with a breaking ball. Andujar fans, and the inning is over. Strikeout number 6 for Carlton, but the Cardinals are back in on the 2-run homer by Green. 3 hits in the inning, 1 man left on base. At the end of 4, Phillies 2, St. Louis 2. Reflecting the centennial season, it'll be the last chance for a piece of Phillies history, as the centennial emblem will never be used again. That's on the season finale when the Phillies host the Pirates October 2nd at 1:35. 1 ball and 1 strike to Lenny Matusik. He's come up with a couple of hits tonight. An infield hit and a single to center field. Matusik hiking his average to 246. A 2-2 tie. Phillies batting in the 5th. Lenny gets jammed and fouls it back. Matusik has been a real help of late. He's batted safely in 9 of 11. But the Phillies must soon begin to make plans for postseason play, in which he will not be included. Lenny was added after September 1st. Past the mound. Here's Lyons making the play. Just got him. Matusik grounds out to Lyons. That's one down in the 5th. The only way Matusik could be, as you take a look at Carlton, could be added to the playoff roster should the Phillies qualify, would be if the Phillies had an injury to a regular player. You can replace a pitcher with a pitcher, and you can replace any other regular player with any regular player of your choosing as long as he's been in your system. You can't put a traded player onto the roster. Here's Mike Schmidt. He struck out, was safe at first on a fielder's choice, and scored a run.
A lot of clubs can come up with an injured player if they have to.
Phillies did in 1980, getting Marty Bystrom on the roster. And there was some conversation about that not being exactly kosher. Nino Espinosa was injured and
got hurt.
Yep. Never recovered, as a matter of fact.
Whitey Herzog, who a year ago was right in the middle of things, heading towards a World Series title.
A year ago, Whitey wouldn't have been sitting there. He'd have been standing in that familiar corner of the dugout. 1-2 to Schmidt. Mike with 3 lifetime home runs off Andujar.
Paul Owens, Bobby Wine.
Pope's had a long day. He was on Good Morning America this morning. Picked up at the hotel less than an hour after the team arrived from Montreal. Schmidt fouls it back. He did not get to bed till about 9 or 10 o'clock this morning. And then the phone started ringing about noon, he said. And so I think the Pope will be ready for a good solid 8 tonight. How about you and me stumbling into one another in the lobby this morning, literally. Bouncing ball to third base. It stays fair. Scooped up by Sexton. Safe. Schmidt beats it out, and that was an accurate call. It wasn't really that close a play. The crowd is booing, but Schmidt was safe easily. Infield single for Schmidt.
Well, Sexton charging the slowly hit ball. Like he almost stumbled.
Right fielder, Joe.
Yeah, Schmidt had it a little better than tied.
So he's at first with 1 out for Joe Lefty, who grounded out and singled.
Another look at it. See Schmidt's foot well on the bag.
Lefty takes low, ball 1. Baltimore 3-0 over Milwaukee there in the 5th. That'll go through for a base hit. Lefty slashing one the opposite way right through the hole, and the Phillies have first and second. They come right back after being shut down 1, 2, 3 last inning to get a couple of hits here in the 5th.
It's like Lefty has his stroke back. He had lost it there for a little while and hit the pitch right where it was thrown, low and away, drilled it in the hole between third and short.
Now Andujar is initiating this meeting with Brummer. They have a runner at second base, so maybe Joaquin wants to check the signs.
Matthews has doubled, and he's struck out. His first time at bat, he got the double. His last time at bat, Andujar just didn't give him anything to hit. He really pitched him tough. The Cardinal bullpen is starting to stir once again.
Jeff Lottie had been up earlier. Matthews takes inside a ball.
It's Lottie again.
Yep.
What happens when you look fastball, you swing fastball, and they throw you the slider, you miss it.
Pittsburgh 6-1 over Montreal, top of the 7th. There go the runners. Pitches low, and the throw. Oh, it just was saved from going through by Lyons. No chance to make a play as the Phillies pull off a double steal, and they almost got a bonus because Brummer uncorked a wild one.
Yeah, that was a good play by Bill Lyons, the second baseman. Schmidt had the big jump, so Brummer decided to go for the tail runner. Lefty almost threw it away.
Cardinals are keeping the infield back here, Whitey. They're sneaking up a little on the left side. Matthews held the bat back, 3-1. Yeah, they were back, but just as the pitch was delivered, they started to creep in. So I guess you'd say they're about halfway right now. There's only one out in the inning. It's a 2-2 tie. Phillies batting in the fifth and trying to bear down for Steve Carlton in his bid for career victory number 300. The Phillies are universally fond of Lefty, and they'd really like to see him get it done tonight. 3-1 pitch, base hit. Phillies take the lead. Scoring from third will be Schmidt, and that's all they get. Schmidt got a late start. Lefty had to hold at third base. It's a 3-2 game on the RBI single by the Sarge, his 49th run batted in.
Well, Matthews didn't get quite all of it. Lefty with a very late start. Lonnie Smith did get to the ball quickly, and I don't think Lefty had any chance at all to score.
The double steal helped a lot. First and third. Cardinal infield now will play at double play depth as Greg Gross comes up. He has an RBI single tonight and 2 at bats. Phillies lead at 3-2.
Infield is back, and the outfield plays Gross shallow.
Gross 4 for 9 against Andujar this year. Outside, 2-0. The Phillies have 10 hits off Andujar, but still just a 1-run lead. Ball 3, 3-0 to Gross.
I think this is a situation where I'd give Gross a green light.
Look here, Rich.
Yeah, Andujar is mad. He thinks some of those are strikes, and of course.
And he can blow up too.
He can. He's not.
And he's burned right now. Look at him.
Not saying anything, but that's a mean glare.
And staring right back is Jim Quick, and here comes Whitey Herzog. He has seen this happen all too often, so he is coming down to cool down his pitcher right now because he doesn't want to see Andujar just take himself right out of this ball game. So Herzog not wasting any time going out there and saying, look, calm down.
Yeah, that's all he's going to do. I was trying to make a point of letting Gross hit here at 3-0. He is a contact hitter, and he could pick a pitch. He could probably drive. Here's the pitch he just squawked about. Now that's a low pitch. It's not low after Brummer gets through pulling it up, but it was low. Of course, most pitchers want those borderline pitches. Most hitters want them too, so somebody's going to be upset.
Whitey Herzog has just pulled one of the oldest tricks in the book. He stood at the mound, and he's out. Herzog is out of the ball game. I was just saying that he pulled the trick of getting the umpire to come out to break up the argument so he could have a word with him, and that word must have been very unpleasant because he has just been heaved by Jim Quick.
Boy, they're doing some jawing too.
Getting his money's worth, and he has just said a couple of unprintables right there.
Yeah, it looked like they were both. You'd have had to bleep a lot of that conversation.
Ironic, Herzog goes out to save his pitcher, and he gets tossed. Well, will that calm Andujar, or won't it?
That won't calm him any.
I don't think so.
He's mad.
3 balls and no strikes on Gross. You think he should get the light, right?
Yeah, I do, yes. I'd like to see Greg hit.
looked like he had the light, but the pitch was inside. Phillies load the bases. That's the first walk issued by Andujar. And Bo Diaz will bat with the bases loaded, 1 out, and Andujar is still smoking. This is the one thing, or one of the things I should say, really, that keeps him from being a great pitcher. He's had other problems this year, but even last year, there were some games where he was just inoperative because of his temper.
Almost got in a fight in the World Series.
Yeah.
The Brewers.
Bo has popped up and struck out. Bases loaded, 1 out. Strike. And the Bronx cheer goes up for Jim Quick. Phillies ahead 3-2 in the 5th inning. The Phillies have stranded 5 runners tonight. But the good thing is they've been getting a lot of runners. 10 hits and now a walk. Foul ball. And Bo in the hole, 0-2.
You know, you hate to see a hitter drop behind 0-2, but sometimes Diaz is a better hitter when he's behind on the count than when he's ahead. When he's behind, he kind of lays back, waits a little longer, and cuts down on his swing.
In the air to right center field, it falls for a base hit. Lefty scores. Here come the Sarge. He scores. Phillies get 2 runs on the single by Bo Diaz. They lead it 5-2.
That's exactly what he did. He sat back a little longer and waited on that breaking ball, took a short, sweet little swing, lined it into right center.
And Andujar is out of the ball game.
Now Andujar is really getting on the umpire, Jim Quick now. He is really letting him have it. Of course, that 0-2 pitch to Diaz was kind of a sloppy pitch that were just flattened out as it went to the home plate. Andujar is really giving it to Quick. He's asking for a fine and a suspension. Red Shandy's there trying to hold him off.
The crowd cheers for him, but actually they do him no favor because this is a flaw in his actions as a pitcher, which is going to hurt him in the long run. Andujar just goes completely out of control. Well, we've got a pitching change. The Phillies have taken a 5-2 lead. We'll be back momentarily. 5 seconds for station identification. This is the Phillies Television Network.
This is WTAF. TV 29 in Philadelphia.
Jeff Lottie appearing in his 50th game tonight. He's finished 12 of them, and there's still some jawing at Quick from the Cardinal dugout. And Quick goes over to say, you better get out of there. Apparently, Andujar is still lingering in the shadows there. Huh?
Yeah, he was in the tunnel, and he was in the tunnel yelling. Chuck Hiller saying, okay, he's gone. Let's play ball.
The Phillies have taken a 5-2 lead on a big hit by Bo Diaz, and Bo now with 60 runs batted in. Now Ivan De Jesus, the batter, and what shall we look for, Rich?
You got to look for a suicide. This is almost a lead pipe cinch suicide squeeze situation.
Wow.
They've had a pitching change to get the sign. Nobody can foul it up. Whitey Herzog is out of the game. He's not running things right now. That might make a difference. And they like to squeeze with De Jesus.
And the Cardinals looked for it. The Phillies did not have it on, but the Cardinals were thinking right along with you.
So somebody down that dugout's thinking that.
The runner at third is Gross. Diaz at first base. Still only 1 out in the inning. Phillies batting in the 5th, and they have taken a 5-2 lead for Steve Carlton. Strike. 1-1.
Dave Bristol going through a lot of signs.
Detroit beat Boston tonight 7-0. Berenguer, the winning pitcher. Eckersley, the loser. Parrish hit a Tiger home run. One hop to the mound. There's one out. Double play. De Jesus hitting into the 1-6-3 double play, and the inning is over. The Phillies have picked up 3 runs in the inning. There were 4 hits and 1 man left on base. Middle of the 5th, Phillies 5, Cardinals 2. Now the Phillies have a 5-2 lead as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning, and Lonnie Smith will lead it off for St. Louis.
Jeremy Treatman and Jamie Hunter here. Jeremy from Gladwin and Jamie from Ardmore.
Dodgers 11, Atlanta 2, 9th inning. Wow. Outside a ball. Lonnie has slid to center and struck out. We've got the Goodyear blimp around here tonight. Pirates 8 at Montreal 1. They're in the bottom of the 7th.
Expos season may have ended last night.
It's true.
They were really a disheartened group at the end of that doubleheader.
Here is a very high pop foul, back out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lonnie Smith. Ozzie Smith on deck, and then Willie McGee.
Alan Beagle and Bob Santacool here tonight from New Jersey.
Toward Joe Morgan, a real carpet hugger, and Morgan makes the play. Boy, Lonnie got down the line. That turned out to be a very close play, but Morgan threw him out.
Morgan took some time getting rid of that ball. I began to wonder if he didn't almost take too much. He has the ball here, and he's kind of fooling around with it. They got him. Just got him coming down on the bag.
Here's Ozzie Smith. He takes high and away ball 1. Ozzie has struck out and walked in 2 plate appearances.
There's a play again. It's close.
Here's a ball hit in the air, not going to leave the infield. De Jesus looks up and makes the fielding play. Ozzie Smith retired on a very short infield pop. 2nd out of the inning. Willie McGee will bat. He singled and grounded out.
Center fielder, Willie.
Phillies ahead 5-2 as Steve Carlton bids for victory number 300. 36 of his wins have come against these St. Louis Cardinals. Ball and a strike to McGee. Willie moved into that number 3 hole in the lineup after the trading of Keith Hernandez. Whitey Herzog hasn't exactly come right out and said so, but he's kind of indicating that he thought Keith Hernandez took too many pitches. Said he likes a number 3 hitter to be a little more aggressive. Picture of concentration. Steve Carlton as he bids for number 300 and his 15th win of the year, which would even his record at 15-15. He got him. Called 3rd strike, number 7 in the strikeout column, and Carlton has put them down 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. And so at the end of 5 innings tonight, Phillies are ahead 5-2.
This bus clubs for everyone who's in the groove. It's 5 minutes on the upswing of 5.
Sixth for the Phillies, who are ahead 5-2. Lefty 1 for 2. He also flied out deep to left center field. Strike one on Carlton, batting at .204. That was a good running catch made by McGee if a ball hit deep in the alley. Carlton, Morgan, Matusik against Jeff Lottie. High a ball. Whitey Herzog ejected from the game. I'm not sure that Andujar was. Were you?
Well, he was taken out. I don't think he was ever ejected. I guess they figured, well, no use throwing him out. He's already out. I think he said enough to get thrown out, and maybe he could have been ejected too.
Ozzie Smith catches the pop-up, and that's one down in the sixth. Now Joe Morgan, he is 0 for 3. Morgan has flied to center, grounded out, and fouled out.
Second baseman, Joe Morgan.
After you and I returned from breakfast at Miss Hulling's this morning, I was continuing my travels downtown and ran into Morgan. I said, "What are you doing up at this hour?" He says, "I got to get those old bones up and moving."
Well, I ran into De Jesus about 9:30, 10 o'clock too, walking around. He said the same thing. He said he didn't say the same thing about his old bones, but he said he just woke up and wanted to get out and move around.
27266.
Fair ball.
Morgan's going to take the turn. He'll get into second base and have a double. So Joe continues with his heavy hitting. That's his 6th double since turning 40.
Joe's really hobbling on that leg. I wonder if maybe they ought to get him out of there. He smoked this one just inside the bag.
First baseman, Glenn Matusik.
Tomorrow, the Phillies will be facing a left-hander, LaPointe, and undoubtedly Juan Samuel will play at second base, and Morgan will get a day of rest. But he's been just too hot to stay out of there. Here's Matusik, 2 out of 3. Takes a strike. Phillies lead 5-2. Phillies with 12 hits. Matusik has batted safely in 9 of 11.
Jeff Lottie has pitched very well for the Cardinals this summer in a long relief role mostly, such as he's in tonight. But he comes in and he does a good job of shutting the other team down.
Well, he gets Matusik here. That's the second out of the inning as Lottie picks up his first strikeout. And so it's up to Schmidt. Michael tonight 1 for 3. He has scored 2 runs. Mike led a double steal the last time that he got on base following an infield hit and then came around to score.
That double steal really set up that inning too.
Sure did. Runs batted in the inning by Matthews and Diaz. So Mike facing Lottie for the first time, and he takes a strike. Jeff Lottie. This is the 6th time the Phillies have faced Lottie, and they have not scored off him yet. Pitched a total of about 5 or 6 innings. Here's a ball drilled to right field. Is it going to fall? It does for a hit. Coming around to score will be Morgan. Schmidt goes to second base. He's got a double, and the Phillies take a 6-2 lead. Mike Schmidt with RBI number 105.
Hit it the opposite way. Of course, they play Schmidt as a dead pull hitter, so David Green sliced the ball a little bit. David Green did not have any chance at all to catch it. Watch Green, well, we won't see it, but he really guns the ball. Well, the Phillies finally did score off Jeff Lottie.
Here's Joe Lefty. He's 2 for 3 tonight with a run scored. Joe, the second end of that double steal we were talking about. On the ground, but right to the second baseman, Lyons. And he throws him out for the final out of the inning, but the Phillies keep pecking away. It's the 4th inning in which the Phillies have scored at least something. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 man left on base. Middle of the 6th, and the Phillies lead the Cardinals 6-2. 6-2 Phillies as the Cardinals bat in the 6th, and the Cardinals again lead off with George Hendrick. As we mentioned before, that's the ideal way to face this guy. And he hits a mile-high pop-up. Joe Morgan looking up at it. And the wind did a little trick with that one. Hendrick pops up for the out. So that's 1 down in the 6th inning. TV 29 will be televising an additional Phillies game Wednesday, September 28th at 2. The Phillies face the Cubs at Wrigley Field. We will also be telecasting all games of the League Championship Series. Check your local listing for the games carried in your area. David Green hit a 2-run homer to account for the Cardinals scoring tonight. Two and nothing to Green. You are witnessing the bid of Steve Carlton to join only 15 other pitchers who have won the astounding total of 300 games.
Oh, when you think of the great pitchers who haven't won 300. Bob Gibson, Juan Marichal, Robin Roberts. Go on and on. Drysdale, Whitey Ford.
Yep.
Those are Hall of Famers. All except Drysdale, and he'll probably get there. Koufax didn't come close to winning 200.
No. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Green, and he's got a base hit. David Green pokes it right in the hole. That's the Cardinals' 6th hit, so Green is 2 out of 3. Jim Sexton will be the batter.
The great Dizzy Dean didn't come close to winning 200.
Injuries plagued his career and shortened it. Sexton has grounded to the mound and struck out. Phillies ahead 6-2. Phillies have kept the pressure on. That's what you like about their effort tonight, is the fact that they have not been content to sit on their lead. Here's a high fly ball, not deep in left. Let's see if somebody can get there. It falls in foul ground. Oh, that was lucky. That was foul.
That's a ball that somebody should have caught. Probably Matthews and left. De Jesus might have had it had he not stopped. Well, maybe nobody could have caught it. They were all running as hard as they could. Matthews was playing over towards left center a little bit, but the ball was in the air a long, long time.
Pittsburgh 8-1 over Montreal, 8th inning. I think Schmidt had the toughest attempt on that ball. He was running straight down the line with his back to the plate. 1 strike on Sexton. Breaking ball. 11-2, Dodgers over the Braves, 9th inning.
Dodgers have suspended Steve Howe.
Yeah, isn't that something? Missed their charter to Atlanta.
He's had drug problems, and they asked him to take a strikeout there, number 8 for Carlton. Asked how to take a test, and he refused.
Try Frank's real fruit beverages with no caffeine. Is it Frank's? Thanks. Bill Lyons, he is grounded out and popped out. He's 0 for 2. Foul back, strike one. Phillies ahead in this game 6-2. A chilly night here in St. Louis. The forecast for the next couple of days, we're going to have clear weather, and a warming trend should take temperatures into the 70s, ideal for tomorrow afternoon's game. Curveball, swing and a miss. Cardinals are getting their bullpen up just on the possibility that they might get to Lefty here and want a pinch hit. The Dodgers won that game 11-2 over Atlanta tonight. That's a final score just in. The winning pitcher, Jerry Royce, is 12th. Lem Barker, the loser, he is 1-3. Landreau hit a home run with one on his 17th. Dusty Baker hit one with two on his 15th. Pedro Guerrero hit one with the bases empty, his 31st. The Braves didn't get any. He had a big crowd there tonight, over 44,000 to watch that game, but the Braves are not in good shape after losing 11-2. And the Dodgers have 2 out of 3 the Braves in every 3-game series they've played this year. 3-2 pitch. Smacked into the left field corner. It is a foul ball. Oh. Lions got around on that and gave it a ride.
Braves gave the franchise away to get that Lynn Barker from Cleveland. Could still be a good trade for them. However, Barker's young enough to win a lot of games for Atlanta, but they know that Brett Butler is one of the players that Cleveland will get. And I think they're, what, 3 more?
I think so, yeah.
3 more and a lot of money. And they, I think they signed Barker to a huge contract.
Lions batting only 179. He just gave a Carlton pitch a rip to the corner. David Green runs. 3-2 pitch. Carlton struck him out. Lefty gets number 9. And the Cardinals retired in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. At the end of 6 innings, the Phillies lead it 6-2.
Statistically, as well as the type of pitcher that he is, that he's one of the finest that has ever pitched in baseball.
Harry Kellis with us here in the 7th. Harry?
Thanks, Rich. Gary Matthews will lead off. Sarge has doubled, struck out, and singled. He's knocked in a run, and he has scored 2. Phillies have banged out 13 hits tonight in the doubleheader, 29 last night in support of that man, Steve Carlton. There's Bev Carlton, John and May Dickinson. Great friends of the Carltons, sitting next to Bevsy. 2-1 to Gary Matthews. Matthews, another hit, his 3rd hit of the ball game. Hit number 14 for the Phillies. That's amazing. The Phillies all year long did not hit. This club was in contention because of pitching and defense. And here in September, they're getting a lot of hits. I guess it's the right time to do it.
Reached out on a slider, hit it off the end of the bat, but got it over the infield. And Matthews was one of those sitting on the bench for quite a while. He's happy to be in there, and he is contributing.
Here's Gross. He's 1 for 2. His flied out single, knocked in a run, and he has walked. Jeff Lotte's been in since the 5th when Joaquin Andujar was taken out. Actually, he was ejected before he was lifted. So
he was ejected. We were wondering. We didn't know for sure.
Yeah, he was ejected before he could be taken out, so he will pay the fine.
I thought he might have been ejected. He was doing enough to get ejected.
Runner breaking, hit and run, base hit left field. Matthews heading for 3rd. He'll reach there easily, and the Phillies have runners at 1st and 3rd on a hit and run single by Greg Gross. Hard to believe that Ozzie Smith was covering on the play, but he was.
Yeah, because Gross hits everything, or most everything, through the middle or the left side, and a vacated hole. There was all kinds of room there. I don't think normally Ozzie Smith would have fielded that ball because it was base hit territory. And the Cardinals now, I believe, are going to bring their infield up tight. They can't afford to be giving away any more runs.
Philly runners first and third and nobody out. That's the 15th hit for the Phillies tonight. Steve Baker throwing in St. Louis's bullpen. 1 strike to Bo Diaz. Bo's popped up, struck out, singled, and knocked in a pair. Now has 60 RBIs on the year. Second only to Mike Schmidt. Right back to the mound. They get the out at second base, get the double play, and Matthews has to hold at third. Played well by Jeff Lottie.
Here's where the runner at third has to commit towards the plate. Cannot give him that kind of a double play ball without scoring. Now you have to give Lottie credit. He looked Matthews back, and they get an easy double play, but had Matthews broken for the plate, there would not have been a double play.
So Matthews at third base with 2 down.
There he looked Matthews back.
Yeah, the runner at third, I guess, in that situation would have to try to get into a rundown, would he not?
Well, he has to commit towards home plate, and then probably would wind up in a rundown or get tagged out at home plate, but that would eliminate the double play.
1 strike today, Jesus. And you'd still have a runner in scoring position.
You'd have runners first and second and 1 out.
Yep. Instead of third with 2 outs. Ball and a strike. Today, Jesus.
He's been playing some great baseball. I guess you can't do everything right all the time.
2-1 to him.
They go the way they've been going. De Jesus will pick all that up with a base hit.
Ivan is 1 out of 3 tonight. Missed the slider. It's 2-2 to him. Two balls and 2 strikes to De Jesus. Think you can put a fork in the Atlanta Braves now after their 11-2 thumping?
Yeah, I think so.
Ivan hits it hard, but right at Bill Lyons. And the Phillies go down in the 7th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. They move to the bottom half of the 7th inning with the Phillies leading 6-2. Well, it's time for our trivia question of the night, brought to you by Garden State Motors. Ray Viviani and Vince Lanza would like to know. Garden State Motors, part of the 2,000 square mile Chrysler Plymouth dealership. In 1911, Philadelphia's Grover Cleveland Alexander set a National League record that still stands by striking out 227 batters in his rookie year. Who holds the American League record for most strikeouts in a rookie season? And it doesn't go back that far. Glenn Brummer is 2 for 2 tonight. 2 balls and a strike to Brummer.
You're giving me 72 years to work with, huh? Thanks.
For the memories. Struck him right out of there. Thank you, 32, for the memories over the years. That is his 10th strikeout. So let's look up and see how many times he has struck out 10 or more batters in a game. That's about, I think, the 80th time. Boy,
Sugar Bear, Rayford up there.
Lloyd Rayford batting for Jeff Lottie. a strike to him. That is the 79th time that he has struck out 10 or more batters in a game. What a joy it has been for us to watch number 32 over the years.
Consummate professional.
Yep.
That's been a privilege, all right, watching Lefty and Pete Rose these last few years.
The milestone that Carlton's going to get tonight, 300. Or if he doesn't get it tonight, he will certainly get it. Is something I'm sure he'll cherish after he hangs him up, but he's not ready to hang him up yet. Carlton feels like he can win 100 more. And I don't doubt it. He's got such a fluid delivery. He's missed a total of 5 starts. That's hit well to right center, but Joe Lefty is there and he puts it away. Carlton has missed 5 starts since coming to the Phillies in 1972. Almost always leads the league in innings pitched. And when you say innings pitched, it's even more because he throws a lot of pitches in each inning. Yeah. He doesn't get 5 and 6 pitch innings. Here's Lonnie Smith. Breaking ball, beauty. 1 strike to Smith. Ball and a strike to Lonnie Smith with 2 down. High fly ball, center field. Greg Gross there. And Carlton is 6 outs away from his 300th win in his major league career. No runs, hits, or errors, none left after 7 6-2 fills.
I think those are the 2 ingredients that Steve Carlton has going for him, is talent and self-confidence. I don't think that there's a hitter in the game that he feels that he can't get out. And that's what makes him the pitcher that he is today, and, of course, a future Hall of Famer.
Drafted till the 7th round. They don't even know my name.
The best.
Croder, huh?
It has a taste all its own. Enjoy it. Introducing the 2000.
Dave Van Olen, the new pitcher for St. Louis, coming in for Jeff Lonnie. He was lifted for the pinch hitter. Van Olen's 1-3, lost 2, saved 1, a 3.54 earned run mark. Steve Carlton, the first one to face him, takes a called strike. Lefty is singled, knocked in a run. He's flied out to deep left center, and he is popped up. 1 strike to Carlton. San Diego has beaten Cincinnati tonight, 11-8. Luis De Leon, the winner. Ben Hayes, the loser. Ball on the strike to Carlton. 2-1 to him. Phillies 6 runs and 15 hits. St. Louis 2 runs and 6 hits. Fielded by Lyons, and he throws out Carlton. So that's 1 down here in the 8th, and that'll bring on Joe Morgan. Morgan 1 for 4, a double. He has scored a run. There's St. Louis's acting manager now, Red Schoendienst. Red Schoendienst was Steve Carlton's first manager with the St. Louis Cardinals back in '65.
It's like Joe Morgan is going to leave the game. Kiko Garcia coming in. He'll stay into play second. I imagine there are a lot of fans here viewing this game with some mixed emotions. Steve pitched here quite a while, and they are sitting in on a very historic baseball game.
1 strike to Kiko Garcia. Kiko hitting at .294. Gave him a changeup. Fooled him with it. 0-2 to Garcia.
Lefty.
Steve Carlton's got some years left. Garcia pokes a single to right field. Well, Kiko, as a pinch hitter, gets a base hit. That is the Phillies' 16th hit of the night. Garcia first base, 1 down, and the batter will be Len Matusik. Matusik is 2 out of 4. Singled twice, grounded out, struck out. He has that batting average up to .237, which isn't great, but it is darn good when you consider where he was, hovering well below the 200 mark, right around $1.50. When he started the season with the Phillies, since rejoining the Phils, he's hit very well. 0-2 to him. Our trivia question of the night brought to you by Garden State Motors, part of the 2,000 square mile Chrysler Plymouth dealership. Ray Viviani and Vince Lanza would like to know. That might be a double play ball. They tag Garcia. Throw it away, though, at first base, and Matusik, but they have ruled the double play.
Interference by
Garcia. We'll get back to the trivia question in the bottom half of the 8th inning. So it is ruled interference by Garcia. The double play will go. No runs, a hit, no errors, and none left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is 6-2 Phillies. St. Louis, bottom of the 8th. Our trivia question brought to you by Garden State Motors. Ray Viviani and Vince Lanza want to know who holds the American League record for the most strikeouts in his rookie season. National League mark held by Philadelphia's Grover Cleveland Alexander.
That could only be one pitcher, Harry.
Who?
Rapid Robert Feller.
Right team, wrong guy.
You're kidding.
No. Right team, though.
In his rookie year.
Yep. Ball and 2 strikes to Ozzie Smith. Bouncing up there.
Mike Garcia.
No. Was not the Big Bear.
Well, who was it?
How about Herb Score?
All right.
Lined in the alley. Gets by Gross all the way back to the fence. Ozzie Smith on his way to third base. No throw, a stand-up triple for Ozzie Smith. His 6th 3-base hit of the year. Make that, yeah, it is his 6th. Herb Score struck out 245 batters in his rookie year, 1955. All getting by Gross, and at that point, Smith's going to get a triple.
Now, Ozzie hit a fastball, high fastball.
Here's Willie McGee. Amazing thing is, he had those 245 strikeouts in 227 innings. His career ended by a line drive off the bat of Gil McDougall right back at him. They say he could really throw.
I hit against Herb Score in spring training in Tucson, Arizona, when I was with the Chicago Cubs.
He got it up there, didn't he? Willie McGee fouls it off. It's 1-2. The Phillies now are getting Al Holland up in the bullpen. There's Mr. T. Phillies lead 6-2, bottom of the 8th. Two and two to Willie McGee, has singled in 3 at-bats. Full count to Willie McGee. George Hendrick due up next. Reaches out and fouls off a fastball. Still 3-2 to McGee. He struck him out with a slider. Strikeout number 11 for Carlton. 267 strikeouts this year. That's 1 down in the 8th, and that'll bring on George Hendrick.
Chased the bad pitch. 3-2 slider in the dirt.
Hendrick struck out, singled and scored a run, and he's popped up. Hendrick fouls one straight back. 1 strike to George Hendrick. With it, it's 1-1. Misses the breaking ball. Ball and 2 strikes to George Hendrick.
Hendrick just kept chasing that one all the way down. Didn't quite get it.
Ball inside to him. It's 2-2.
Hendrick was lucky he didn't get punched out on that pitch.
Breaking ball, and he bounces a foul behind the plate. Still 2-2 to George Hendrick. Steve Carlton going for win number 300 in his brilliant career. He's lost just 199. Struck him out with a slider. A dozen strikeouts for Carlton. 2 down here in the 8th, and Ozzie Smith is still at third. David Green, the batter.
Well, that is absolutely amazing. There you see Steve's wife Beverly with the glasses on. Friends John and May Dickinson.
As he is probably more keyed up for this one than Lefty is. Carlton's strikeout high this year is 12, so he has matched that. He had 12 strikeouts against Atlanta in April, and he had 12 strikeouts against Chicago in August. So he can notch. Ground ball knocked down nicely. Carlton, he's out of the inning. So Ozzie Smith leads off with a triple, and he dies there. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 8, Phillies 6, St. Louis 2.
He, as far as I'm concerned, day in and day out, the most amazing thing I've seen as far as a pitcher.
Mike Schmidt leads off for the Phillies' 9th inning. Schmidt is 2 for 4, has struck out, hit into a fielder's choice, singled and doubled. He's knocked in a run. He's scored 2. Ball and no strikes to Schmidt. Steve Carlton 3 outs away from Major League win number 300. Ball and a strike to Schmidt. misses with a changeup. It's 2-1 to Mike. Al Holland is still up in the Phillies bullpen. I assume Carlton's going to come back out in the 9th inning, but Holland is still throwing. So maybe Lefty is not. Now, Lefty is coming back with 3 days rest at Chicago on Tuesday, so perhaps they're going to say 8's it. We shall see. Full count to Mike Schmidt. Ground ball back through the middle, base hit center field. Schmidt's 3rd hit of the night. He's 3 for 5. And he is a leadoff base runner, and that is the Phillies' 17th hit of the night. Phillies have 46 hits in the last 3 games. There's Steve Carlton. Joe Lefty, the batter. Lefty, line drive, and Schmidt is doubled off on a line drive double play to Bill Lyons. Lefty hit it on the nose, but they got the double play, so 2 outs. Here's Lyons. And Schmidt could not quite. Well, that was awfully close. 2 outs. Nobody on base for Gary Matthews, who's had a 3 for 4 night. Here's the return throw. I mean, Schmidt was back. It appeared it was close. Matthews has doubled, struck out, singled and singled. Knocked in a run and scored a run. 1 strike to Gary Matthews. Scheduled to hit for St. Louis in the 9th. Jim Sexton, Bill Lyons, Glenn Brummer. Ball and a strike to Gary Matthews. Pittsburgh has beaten Montreal 10-1. That's a final from Olympic Stadium, so the Phillies really left the Expos reeling. Buccos 10, Montreal 1. Roden wins it. Sanderson the loser. Mike Easler a grand slam. Luke foul down the right field side. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gary Matthews. Let's pause for station identification on the Phil's television network.
This is WTAF, TV 29 in Philadelphia.
Full count to Gary Matthews with 2 down. Right back at Von Olin. Nice grab by the pitcher, and he throws out Matthews, and the Phillies are down in the 9th. No runs, a hit, no errors, none left. We go to the bottom half of inning number 9 with the Phillies leading 6-2. Well, Al Holland is going to come in to pitch the 9th inning for the Phillies, with the Phillies leading at 6-2. Steve Carlton leads after a masterful performance. 8 innings. Gives up 2 runs on 7 hits. He struck out 12, matching his season high. And he walked only 1. Bob Dernier is also coming into the ball game to play center field. So Al Holland, who has set an all-time Phillies club record for saves in a season, coming in to trying to preserve win number 300 for the great left-hander Steve Carlton. Holland 8-4, 23 saves, a 2.29 ERA. 6-2 ball game. Phillies lead. Pittsburgh has already won their game. So the Phillies need a win to stay 3 in front of the Bucks. Sexton pops a foul, third base side. It'll go behind the Phillies dugout and out of play. 1 strike to Jim Sexton. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Holland, 86 innings, has struck out 94. Ball on a strike to Sexton. Sexton pops 1 foul back behind the screen. Ball and 2 strikes to Jim Sexton. Texas beats Seattle 2-1 tonight. Dave Smoke Stewart won his 5th since going from the Dodgers to the Rangers. He's 5-1 for Texas. Won that Rick Honeycutt deal. He popped him up. Javante Jesus waits. He puts it away, and that's 1 down in the Cardinal 9th inning, and that'll bring on Bill Lyons, who's 0 for 3. Mid-August, I was talking to Al Holland on one of our charter flights, and I was talking about how the pitching had really carried the Phillies all season, kept them in contention, and Al said, you watch and see. He said, those hitters are going to come to life in September. A lot of foresight. The Phillies hitters have come to life in September, and something you could hardly expect after a season-long dearth of hitting. The Phillies have picked up 17 hits tonight, 29 in the doubleheader last night. Mr. T was very prophetic. This time of the season with a club in contention. He wants the ball every night. He gets the ball just about every night. He is currently leading for the Rolaids Relief Award in the National League. He struck him out. So Holland racks up a strikeout. Carlton struck out 12. Holland has 1, and the last hope for St. Louis is Glenn Brummer. Brummer has singled twice and struck out. Phillies 6, St. Louis 2. Steve Carlton on his way to Major League win number 300. He'll be passing a few more before his career is over. Lefty fully expects to pitch at least 5 more years. Carlton's accomplishments can be shared by Gus Heffling, a man behind the scenes, a Phillies strength and flexibility coach. Carlton is a true disciple of Gus Heffling. Works very, very hard at the martial arts, and is probably stronger now than he has been in his entire career. 2 balls and a strike to Brummer. 2-1 to him. Ken Oberkfell has moved into the on-deck circle to bat for Dave Von Olen should Brummer reach base. Full count to Brummer. 3-2 to him with 2 outs. Keeps it alive with a hit to left center field. That is Brummer's 3rd hit of the ball game. And Oberkfell will come out and bat for Von Olen. Two outs, Brummer at first base. Ken Oberkfell batting for Dave Von Olen. Hitting at 294. Good breaking ball for a strike to Oberkfell. Brummer first base, 2 down. Threw a fastball by him, 0-2. Breaking ball fouled back. It is still 2 strikes to Ken Oberkfell with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Phillies trying to stay 3 up on Pittsburgh. With a win tonight, the Phillies have moved 5 up on Montreal. Ball and 2 strikes to Oberkfell. High, it's 2-2. Struck him out. Ball game is over. Phillies win it 6-2. Steve Carlton winning his 300th major league game. And the big left-hander is the first one to go out and shake the hand of Mr. T. Al Holland. There's Steve Carlton. 300 major league wins. 199 losses. Paul Owens hugging the big left-hander. Boy, it has been what a pleasure it has been to watch him pitch over the years since joining the Phillies in 1972. Thanks, big left-hander. Giving all of us a lot of thrills. 12 strikeouts for Carlton. 12 strikeouts for Steve Carlton. 300 wins. Now Steve is, I think he's waving for Bev Carlton, his wife, to come out of the field. Bevsy. Steve Carlton getting an ovation, winning his 300th major league game. Only the 16th player in baseball history to notch 300 or more wins. Steve and Beverly Carlton. Photographers, there's John Dickinson, one of Lefty's close friends. May Dickinson. Way to go, big left-hander. Number 300 in his great major league career. He also drove in a run with a base hit. And he's not finished yet. He'll just add to that. Steve Carlton winning 6-2 tonight. Lifetime win number 300. You can do it, big guy. We'll be back with a wrap right after this word.
On the Budweiser Grand National Racing Team. They're coming your way with their own.
In St. Louis, where the Phillies pounded out 17 hits behind Steve Carlton to win it 6-2, and the big left-hander treated us with his 300th major league win. Only 16 pitchers in baseball history have been able to do that. And for Carlton, it certainly is not a finale. It was interesting last year after Steve Carlton won his 4th Cy Young Award, more than any other pitcher in the history of the game. He came to Philadelphia shortly thereafter for an appearance, and we played golf on a weekend, and I congratulated Steve Carlton on Cy Young number 4. Nobody else had been able to do that, and he said, well, thanks, but I'm not accepting congratulations because I plan to win some more Cy Youngs, and he just might. I know he's going to win a lot more than 300 ball games because Lefty has confided to me that he feels like he can pitch 10 more years. He's 38 years of age, but he's stronger than he ever has been. He works very, very hard, and I don't question the fact that he might be able to pitch 10 more years. He's going to win a whole